guys, welcome to the Stealthy Crafter. I'm Jessica and today we will be doing a Wip Chat. If you're new here and you don't know what Wip stands for, it stands for Work in Progress. And what that means is that you can bring out your own whips or other projects or whatever it is that you like to do while you listen to me ramble about what's been going on in my week. With that being said, hopefully everything's going well with you guys. As you can see, I do not have the Dragon's Door today. I actually finally decided what I was going to do, and I brought it downstairs. So I'm going to be working on that. It's in my rotation downstairs. So I did pick out a kit. I didn't roll on this. The whip wheel did not pick it, but it was an easier kit to bring upstairs, so that way I can do a Whip and Chat with you guys. But this is the Tiki bar, and it's from, I think it's like from the Jade's Collective. I could be wrong, but this is from Jaded Gem Shop, and this is a 22.5 by 25 centimeter canvas. So yeah, you can see it's just a teeny tiny canvas, and we only got 16 colors in here. And I have started right here. This was like when just to count as a whip was like I just did a 10 by 10 section. So, I'm going to actually measure out, I guess. Well, I was going to measure it out, but I think what I'm going to do, I don't know how long this Whip and Chat's going to be. I'm going to actually just kind of keep it at the 10 right here, and maybe just do small 10 size sections as we go. And I'll probably just, I'll just go pretty slow. I'm going to turn this around just so that way I can see this a little bit better. And then I'll cut the plastic off. I figured that with a Whip and Chat, since I talk slow, I probably won't go as fast as I think I will. And if I do, then, you know, I can just start off another section with you guys right here. Yes, I do have a scissors. Yes, awesome. Okay. So, there we go. So yeah, I am thankfully able to do a Whip and Chat on Monday. I know that last week, I did say it pretty late in the Whip and Chat though, that, there was a chance of no Whip and Chat or a very late one, and that, because I have an appointment to go to today, and I still have an appointment, just my schedule got rearranged. But before I get into that, how did everyone survive with with the let's see, how do I want to do this? I think I want to work like this way. Okay. So how did everyone do with the Diamond Art Club with the mystery box that came out, and then also the with the weekend release? I was good. I was trying to be good, and I was good, and it bit me in the butt because I found out that I could have gotten the diamond painting I wanted anyway, but now it's out of stock. So Sakura Witch was in stock, and I wanted it because it's a Rita Kanya, and usually the bust ones, they kind of archive them pretty quickly. And I was just like, okay, well, hopefully it'll hold out until till payday this week. And then I was just like, okay, I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna hold off, and I'm not gonna buy anything. And then it didn't sold out. And then I was like, and then like restocks happened yesterday, so we had restocks too. And Love Bard comes in stock. It's pre-ordered, so I was like, okay, you just gotta hold off until Wednesday. And I was telling my husband this, and he goes, why? And I'm like, because I'm trying to be good. He goes, you could have gotten it. I'm like, I'm trying to be good, and here you are enabling me. So, I go and check. It's already bought. It's already sold out. But it is a pre-order, so I just gotta wait until it comes back, because they're not shipping it out until like late June. So I just have to keep an eye out for the next few weeks. And see, like, because they don't sell the entire thing out. So I'm just waiting till it comes back, and then I'm snagging it, because I don't know if they're going to keep that in stock or not or whatnot. But yeah, I'm holding off. Also, some exciting news. I'm an affiliate for Preston Place. So now I got like a little affiliate code and stuff like that. I got a link and all that stuff. So, and I went back and put it into my description for my press and place unboxing. So I was just like, okay, we're gonna do that. So if you guys are interested, definitely check that out. I think I'm going to place another order with them. Like I said, I was waiting till the 20th, but there's a sale going on right now. I think till the 22nd, where it's 20% off. And there was a couple of cute things that I wanted to grab, so I think I will definitely be grabbing a couple more. I haven't really gotten much more further in the one that I'm working on, but there are ones that are hand charted, and I want to get the ones with the painted edges. I wanted to see how that looked up close and everything. So I am just it's just been a week. It's just been a week of like wanting stuff and trying to be good not to buy stuff, and I was fairly successful because I was like thinking of how things were, but I still gotta save because I got a dentist appointment coming up. I won't talk too much about that. I know how some people are squeamish about teeth matters and things. I'm still a little perturbed that because it may not happen, to be honest, and we will definitely talk about that. So yeah, so let's see. This week has been just a week of an appointments. This week is also a week of an appointments. I do not have anything recorded. Like, I just have not had the time, energy, devotion to really record anything. This weekend was just kind of like I sat down on my butt and diamond painted instead because that's all I could do. Plus, I'm kind of spiraling just a bit. It's my month, not my monthly. My goodness, it would have been every 3 months. Now it's every 6 months. It's my now it's like every 6 months of scanxiety that's creeping up, and they kind of changed things around. So that's what my appointment was supposed to be today. So that's why it's like this morning it was going to be. I was going to go in at it's like basically drop the kids off and then go straight to them and then get my scan done and then turn around and just stay there because my husband wouldn't be able to pick me up, and it takes like 40-ish minutes to get there. 40 to, well, depending on construction now. So it depends on construction, 40-ish to an hour to get there. And then it's like, and then of course on the way back, and I don't want to be doing 2 trips there, plus the second appointment, which is when I see my oncologist and everything. And someone is messaging me. Hold on, let me make sure that everything. All right, anyway, never mind. Sorry. We're just going to clear that off, and let me fix the camera just a little bit. Sorry. Like I said, I got a lot of things, like I'm showing, it's showing like test results are coming in and things like that from the weekend. But anyway, so I'll see my oncologist at 3 today, but that's like right in the prime time of kids, getting off school, being picked up. So there was like just no time to get the kids and then also go in at the same time. So, goodness, I'm going to have my father-in-law. He's going to be picking me up instead. He originally was just going to be picking me up at the hospital, because that's, what the plan was, because I was going to be there all day, but now it's like, okay, he's going to just pick me up, and then he'll just take me there, and then wait. And I feel bad, but we only have the one car, so, and I was just, like, kind of joking around, because, like, next week, there's no school, but that would also probably mean that there would be no school for the doctor's offices and stuff like that, too. But it was just like, man, it would have been really nice timing if that was the case, so we wouldn't have to worry about the kids. I could just get there, and then I'll just drive there, get my appointment, and then I could like just drive home if I felt like it, or just did something else. And he's like, yeah, but the office would probably have been closed. And I'm like, yeah, you're probably right. So yeah, let's see. Let's see, has there anything been interesting happening besides all my appointments? I'm trying to think. I did not write notes. So, I am very sniffly. I think it's, I'm hoping I'm not catching a cold, because if I am, I'm going to mask up either way. I think it's allergies. I've been just like sniffling the last few days and stuff. It's been annoying. Yeah, anyway, so, let's see, last week. I go in, I see my doctor, right? Like, so my primary care provider. I get there. Construction is like a menace, and I'm just like, okay, we got through this. We got through it easily. But then for some reason, while I'm getting to the office, everything slows down to a standstill, and I'm just like, what is going on? And it keeps going, and I don't know what the issue was, but it just kept going. And then I just like was kind of, I pulled up the Waze app, and it shows that, because the next day I was having to take my daughter just down the road, just further down the road for her appointment, and it's showing like there's some sort of obstacle going on there, and I'm just like, oh, come on, please don't tell me that I'm gonna have to deal with something when I get there. We did. We'll talk about that. So I was just like, oh, come on, please don't let that be the case. That was the case though. But anyway, so we just inch and inch and inch. But this time I didn't miss my turn for the office. So there's like 2 ways to get there, but usually the sign is kind of blocked by a bunch of bushes and trees, so it's kind of hard to see it. So normally I have to turn at the traffic light instead, because I'm always like, I don't have time to slow down with everyone that's like trying to speed behind me. So usually I miss it, but not this time, So this time I was able just to turn in and park and then go in, and I just felt so bad because I try not to do this to my doctor, like, and it seems like every single time I go see her, I just have a laundry list of things that we need to get done and discussed and talked about and everything. And and it was such a busy day, and everything. She was just like looking at. She took a while before she got to me. I was just like, I was really surprised about how long it was taking, for, because usually with her, it's quick and easy. I'm in, I'm out, I'm home. I'm like, okay, I'll treat myself to something, something to drink or something like that. But instead it was just like, it took a while, a lot longer than I was used to. But I wasn't complaining. So, but I got there, I waited, just kind of browsed my phone, and then, she told me that she has someone shadowing her, and if I mind, if she was sticking around and whatnot. I'm like, yeah, it's fine, whatever. And then immediately I just went, I do apologize. And then she's like, because she was asking, how's it going and everything, because what we're really there was like, it's usually it's a 3-month checkup for my antidepressants and stuff like that, and so I can get a refill and stuff. I'm like, good, but no. And then she's like, uh-oh, want to talk about it? So I was like, okay, well, and then I was just like, well, first off, broke a tooth. I need to take it out. I have to stop blood thinners. Here's the medical clearance thing. I need you to sign that so that way I can get my tooth taken care of. And this is why I'm saying I'm a little grumpy, is because she said she had to go and message my oncologist about that. So I'm going to definitely be talking to him about this today. To see what he has to say, like when to stop taking my blood thinners and blah blah blah. The dentist suggested 3 days, so 2 to 3 days. So that would be today. So I technically have not taken my blood thinner for the morning. I'm waiting to hear back. If I don't hear back in the next hour or so, I'm gonna have to take it. So I just only pushed it a little bit, so don't worry, I'm being safe. I know my limits. So it's just like, basically I'm waiting to hear back. If I don't, I'll have to take it, and then I'm going to have to talk to my oncologist when I see him later on today and be like, look, I really should be off this now, and why hasn't anyone signed the medical clearance thing? Because My dentist has a 75 cancellation fee for if you don't if you cancel like 48 hours before your appointment. And I'm at that mark now. And I'm not paying $75 because they want to just like take their sweet time on signing something off. And honestly, I can't afford to have this stay in my mouth at all. It needs to come out because it's it's pretty much, not, it's not good. I don't want to become abscess, and infections to the head, to your brain, and blah blah blah. That's not something you want to have. So I need to get this taken care of. It doesn't hurt. Well, it didn't hurt at the time. Now it's starting to hurt. It's starting to throb, and I'm not happy about it. So it's just like I really would like it to get taken care of before it starts really hurting. So yeah, that's pretty much one of the things. But yeah, I was like, she said, okay, going to do that. So just a little tiny range, just tiny range. We're not going to dwell on it much more than that. Then I kind of brought up the fact about my like what my physical therapist said, basically to go and get looked at, start working on to get a referral for my hips and my knees, so I could, and she'll grab that next time she sees me, and that way, if nothing comes from the rheumatologist, then we can at least start doing that, or we can at least show him that I am making an effort to do something about what's going on with my body. So yeah, we're just kind of breezing along through that, to be honest. Yeah, I might have to go to the next, might have to make another line after this. That's okay. We're just kind of cruising around, just talking to each other. Yeah, I think I'm definitely coming down with a cold. I am so sorry. I'm gonna try and edit those out. So yeah, actually, I gotta look. I think tree pollen's high again today, so that might be the issue, if it is. And plus, my husband did cut the grass yesterday, so that was fun. That always sets my allergies off. So, but yeah, like I said, I'm going to wear a mask regardless, just in case, because I am going to my oncologist today. Let's see. So I talked to her about the whole stuff about my physical therapy. I got that scheduled in, so that's good. And then, like, as we were wrapping up, she's looking at my levels, and then she goes, "Is there anything else?" And I said, "Oh, is there anything we should do for because I have my rheumatologist appointment next Friday. Should we be doing any new tests or something to refresh like the data? Because I know a couple of tests that we took is probably now old, So she's like, that is a very good question. And so she looked up about like my ESR, my C-reactive, things like that. She goes, actually, we should probably retake those. So had to get that taken care of before I left. And I was like, okay. So she sent me back out in the waiting room, sat there for a little bit, got called and got my blood taken. And I was just like, all right, there we go. I feel so bad for my right arm. It is getting so much abuse because I got blood taken the week prior. I got blood taken last Tuesday, and then I got my arm poked for contrast from my CT scan on Saturday, which we'll talk about. And then I'm going to get poked again today. Because whenever I'm at my oncologist, he has his own set of labs, so he'll want to do everything again today, like for the complete blood count and everything. So get poked again today, and I'm pretty sure my rheumatologist is probably going to want to take some tests as well. So my poor arm is going to go through the ringer, and I know. Why don't you use the other arm? My other arm, I don't want people touching. My right arm's the best arm. If they go with my left arm, okay. But there's nothing. There's only like a spot, and it's like right on the arm part instead of like the inner elbow for them to take anything. And I rather them not, because that hurts whenever they poke there. So I usually offer my right arm and say, take this instead. um, so yeah, but yeah, so yeah, that was pretty easy. And then I got back home. Was stuck in traffic because they're widening, there we go, words, the roads where I live, because we have gotten a lot of growth, and the roads I usually drive is a lot of schools, so they're trying to widen the roads a bit to cut back on the school traffic, but it's still going to be a big bottleneck kind of thing. So it's still going to be an aggravation in the mornings, but you know, it is what it is. So let's see. And then Tuesday was fun. No, that was Wednesday. Sorry. So Wednesday was a lot of fun with my youngest. She had to go see a dermatologist, and there's state testing this week too. So I was like, oh gosh, okay, I'm gonna have to pick her up, and it's in middle of state testing. And when I went to get her, the office actually told me, like, if the kids are still testing, they can't pull her out until the kids are done, or at least until she's done. And I'm like, okay. And I'm just thinking, oh gosh, we're gonna be late if that's the case. And I already rescheduled this like appointment like 2 times, I think, so far. But she was done with her test. So I got her, picked her up, we drove to the place, and it was like so funny because like I had to make a U-turn and then immediately turn right. It was like U-turn, turn right when we got to our destination, and it was just like it was like and then the parking lot was just so horrendous. It was like I get there and it's just like a bunch of different medical buildings. As I smacked the camera, it's just a bunch of medical buildings, and the parking lots are just like tiny. And of course for the dermatology area, it's literally just 2 rows of parking, and it's like you have to turn around, back out. You can't really can't do a UE or anything like that. It's like a dead end. And just one side's all for compact cars, which is not my car. And then the other side is like, it's tight squeeze. And luckily there was someone who was pulling out as I was getting in. So I waited. She was pulling out, so there was just really no way of getting past her anyway. She wanted me to get by, and I was just like, nah, you go ahead, right? Because I'm going to take her spot at this point. I was like far enough away. I wanted to let her take her time, because I was like already knowing that it was going to take a minute to park. So she goes, leaves, waves, all that fun stuff. And then I have to brace myself to try and pull into this thing. And I decided not to back in because there was a car behind me. I didn't want to risk this car trying to take the spot. So I was just like, I pulled myself in, I straightened myself out, and I sighed a big sigh of relief, dreading what will come next when I have to go and pull myself out. But it went well. But yeah, my kid's appointment went fairly well. It just went quick. They said she was a trooper, so we're good. We probably don't have to go back again for any additional appointments. So that was fine. It's just like getting back home though. Oh my goodness. So I decided I was going to be nice. I decided to treat her and myself to Wendy's. I told my husband, like, hey, I'm going to pick up lunch. And he's like, hey, I actually got an idea. And he placed an order through his phone on the mobile app, because he's, usually when we ever go for pickup for like Wendy's or something like that, it's always him driving. So he always has the mobile app and stuff like that. So he had points or whatever to get some stuff. So I was like, I didn't know exactly what he had ordered altogether. He said he already knew what Jana wanted, because Jana kind of told him what she wanted the night before, because I kind of told her already, hey, I'm going to go to Wendy's, So it's like, I was like, hey, this is going to be an adventure. And then, of course, when we're there, like, it is close to when my kid eats not dinner, lunchtime. So it's close to lunchtime, so she's already starting to get hungry. And then this woman, she's like, as we're waiting to get, for our food, we're at the drive-through window, she's all like, is she playing hooky? And I'm just like, no, she had a doctor's appointment. Not that, it matters, but at the same time, it's just like the judgmental, tone that she was giving me, like in the look. It's just like, no, she has a doctor's appointment, and I just got a like that as she's, doing her stuff. And I'm just like, okay, someone's had a bad date. We're not going to argue with her. But good Lord. So yeah, just went through that. I was surprised because my husband ordered like Frosties, so we got some Frosties and to go with it, and so she's like holding on to the Frosties. He also ordered her like some sort of like dragon fruit drink, so she was like really enjoying herself with this drink. But I was like, I put the bags of food next to her feet instead. I said, you hold the Frosties here, we'll put the drinks here in the cup holders, and we'll be good to go. And we started driving, and then of course we get to that construction spot every single time. There's no way of avoiding it from this side of the area. There's just no way of avoiding, actually on both sides. Unless I was going to go to my in-laws, there's just no way of avoiding this at all. It's the only real way to get out from that certain area to go to two places, unless we wanted to go up to where my in-laws live and then make a big circle. And no, it's just an all over annoyance. So, oh, I forgot, wait, we'll talk more. Wait, I'm going ahead. I am jumping ahead. No, I did not forget, because that would have been jumping ahead. So anyway, yeah, we get to the construction part, and this time it's so slow. Like, we are stuck. We are completely stuck. And I know that my husband's probably like, what is going on? Because this time, usually it's like, okay, it's slow, it's not fun. But this time we were at a complete standstill again. And it was just like, and they had it where it's like, where I was at an intersection, and they were not having people there at the intersection because there used to be traffic lights, but now they're all covered up. So they're trying to, they're doing more at the other intersection, instead of like the Y intersection instead. And it's like just, they're having no one guide over at the other side, so people are kind of just chaotic there, trying to pull in, pull out, get into spots, and it's just like, it was just, oh goodness. But my husband's just like, yeah, you guys were sitting there for a while. I was like, I think we were there for a good 15 plus minutes. I actually pulled myself into parking. I put myself into park at that point. I'm like, my foot hurts. It was falling asleep. I'm like, no, if I'm going to sit here for a while, we're going to be parked. We can, that's pretty much it. So that's pretty much where we went. And at that point, I kind of pulled out the food a little bit as I'm watching. I'm like, I gave some to Jana to eat so she can munch on something. She's enjoying her little dragon fruit drink kind of thing, and she's eyeing the Frosties because apparently they're like, it was either cookie dough type or brownie or whatever it was, but she's eyeing them, and I'm like, no, don't eat them. She goes, but they're melting and they want to be. I'm like, no, you gotta actually eat your lunch first. She has a sweet tooth. She gets that for me. She's like, definitely, she's just like, she's a shark around the sweets. So yeah, we get home. I'm like, I look at my husband, I'm just like, I'm so tired. I'm so done. That was just a lot of driving. He's like, oh, do you want me to go pick up Michael? I'm like, no, I got it. I'm just so done. I should have let him do it though, because of what happened. Holy cow, because I was so mad. So, I'm in a rush. I'm trying to pick pick up Michael. We don't have our car tag. I can't find the car tag. We have this like little slip to put onto the dashboard, basically, so that way they know that, you know, we're, you know, picking up our kids, blah blah blah, that kind of thing. So it's, you know, but I can't find it. I can't find it in the glove box, because that's usually where I have the kids put it when we get home. I'm like, hey, you just put that in the glove box, you know, that kind of thing. I'm looking around, I'm scrounging around, because it was like Monday and Tuesday, my husband picked up the kids instead. So when Wednesday came around, I was the one picking up the kids instead, and I'm just searching, I'm looking, I'm fine, I can't find it. I go back out into the house to ask him. He's in a meeting. He doesn't even notice that I'm there. I asked Jana if she knows. No, apparently Michael was the one sitting there. I'm like, okay, great. So I'm like, okay, we're getting late. It's getting late. They recognize me. They know who I am. It'll be fine for one day. Plus, I have my ID with me in case, you know, I have to, you know, show my ID, blah, blah, blah. It'll be fine. I start driving there. We get to the traffic light that's, you know, in the town. And I'm sitting there waiting for the light to turn green. And out of the corner of my eye, because, as, you know, so in town, we have people who are parallel parked, and also, God, not parallel, but also... they're like sideways parking, so they have to pull out to get back in and to get back into the road. So they have to back out. So out of the corner of my eye, I see someone backing up, and not, you know, usually people try and back up, try and make their way themselves known that they're backing up. Usually like when there's a stoplight and stuff, they try and slowly back out, kind of thing. But not like completely, like if there's people, you know, blocking the whole thing, which I was blocking because like it was just a traffic light, so, you know, I was in the right, you know, but this guy, I see him start backing up, and he almost backs into my car. I actually had to honk at him, and he gives me this look of like, how dare you, you know, like, of how dare I. And then he straightens himself up, so he's like taking like 3 parking spots beside me. Like he like really almost got close to dinging the car, because he was clearly not looking behind him. And then he straightens himself up, and I'm like, are you really trying to do what you're trying to do? And he positions himself so he can cut me off. I mean, like, there wasn't much room between me and the other car, but he positions himself, and then of course when the light turns green, he pulls in front, jumps the curb, pulls in front of me, and then completely stops, so that way he can make a right-hand turn. And I'm just like, you idiot. I had some choice words. It wasn't just you idiot, but, you know, for the sake of, you know, being nice on the I try not to have a potty mouth, especially when I have my kids around. So and I'm just like, I'm steaming at this point, because and then I get to the turn where I'm supposed to go to for my kids, to pick up my kids, and they have construction going on there, and they don't want people turning down that road, but that's the only road to turn down to go pick up the kids, and they're getting mad at people who are turning down that road to go pick up their kids. But it's just like, there's definitely not been any, like, no one's been like scheduled or anything, because it's like So at that point, I'm just like, I'm done. I get my son, I come home, and I'm just like, I don't want to drive. But I had to drive. I had to go and get Nicole. But at that point, I was just like, I'm so done. I was like, just so over it. But yeah, just like after that, it was just like, I was like, nah, no more. But I knew I had to do more driving, because I had to go to my physical therapist the next day. So, yeah. So my husband goes out after I tell him everything. I'm having some soda. I'm treating myself today a little bit, even though I'm supposed to go get my blood count. But it's a small sip. I got water too. I'm trying to make sure I'm not drinking too much soda. So I got like a bottle instead, so that way I can actually see the amount that's going, how much I'm drinking. And I've been doing good with my with my weight loss and everything as well. So with things, so my primary care doctor actually commented on it too. She was like really proud about where I am with my weight loss. I'm actually needing to get new clothes, but I'm going to wait till I get to the retreat, closer to the retreat time, before I get new clothes, because I might lose a little bit more weight before then. But yeah, anyway, so my husband looks around. He can't find the pink slip. We have a second one, but it's we gave that to my in-laws when they went to go pick up our kids when I was at my sister's graduation. So my husband had to go message his mom and basically got the A-OK to go for me to go to her house after I'm done with physical therapy, and basically go pick up the slip. So I had to go, and I'm just like, I was like, at that point, like I said, I'm done with driving. I'm already tired. And I'm like thinking, like, how do people do this kind of stuff? I'm just so done with it. So yeah, that Thursday, I go drive. I go to physical therapy. I go do a Target run, and then I go straight to my in-laws, and I get my slip, and I get home, and I rest. Until it was time to go pick up the twins. And this is where everything starts going all higgledy-piggledy. So I pick up Michael and Jaina. They're in the car, they're talking. And I noticed I have a phone call coming in. And I don't normally answer phone calls while I'm driving, because, you know, I'm just like, I'm very neurotic about that, even though I have like Bluetooth connected and stuff like that. But since I haven't gotten onto the main part of the area, I'm literally still like in a neighborhood kind of thing. So I just pull off to the side and I answer it, and it's basically for my CT scan that I'm supposed to have today. They said for some reason they couldn't do it today. I don't know why, but they couldn't do it today. So they had to reschedule me. And so I got rescheduled to go to a different area on Saturday. They originally wanted me to go in at 8 o'clock on Friday. And I'm like, I have kids that have, you know, school, and there's no way I can drop the kids off at school and be there at the same time, because the kids, literally, when I'm done with the kids, like they're with everything, I'm at home by, let's say, 7:23, you know. And they wanted me there at 8 o'clock in the morning, and it's a 40-minute drive. With school traffic, with I think there's like 5 or 6 different schools on the way driving there. It ain't happening. It ain't happening at all. So it's just like, well, I do have a Saturday and Sunday appointments available, so I had to go and do a early morning Saturday appointment with this place I've never been, but I found out that it's like right next to my favorite Chinese restaurant. But my Chinese restaurant wasn't open, guys. It wasn't open. Like, we got there because like it opens at 11. We were there at 9 o'clock. So I couldn't have Chinese. I was like, man, I was gonna treat myself. So let's see. Yeah, so anyway, that got all rescheduled. I had to let my husband know, and I said, hey, I know that I've been doing this the whole week, and I haven't asked you for help with driving and stuff like that. I'm like, but at the time, I didn't know it was like right next to my favorite Chinese restaurant. I thought it was like in a different location, like where I go and get my eye exam. I really thought it was in that location when they were telling me the particulars over the phone. And I said, I don't feel comfortable driving in that area. It's really like a madhouse. And I was like, do you think that you could drive me there on Saturday? And he goes, yeah, sure. And then he looks it up, like, and to figure out where it is, and that's where he figured out. And I said, okay, well, I can do it. And he goes, nah, I got it. We can go. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I think he took pity on me for all the like constant like going out into the long distance driving. I think he felt a little bad for me, maybe. So yeah, we had to go and do that. But it was like, it was really quick though compared to like where I used to go. This one was so quick. Like, I literally checked in. I checked in, and then they called me in like within 2 minutes of checking in. Like, I was just like, dang. So, you know, going through, you know, the whole motion with the technician and everything, and then she tells me, she goes, okay, so this is going to only be this will be done in 3 business days. Do you is there is that going to be okay? And I just kind of looked at her. I'm like, well, no, because my oncologist is going to need that Monday. I see him on Monday. She goes, okay, I'll write urgent on it. I'm like, okay. She's like, no promises. And yeah, I saw while I was talking to you guys that I got a message saying test results came in. So they did come in, so that's good. Yay! But I've been like on pins and needles because, you know, I was expecting my appointment to, you know, be today, and then it was changed to Saturday, and I'm just like, now it's just like constantly. So that's pretty much how my week's been for this whole part. And I actually did pretty quick explaining everything, all that. I'm pretty proud of myself. I'm gonna pat myself on the back. So yeah, I got that appointment coming up today. So I am not excited about going through it. I don't want to really, I'm kind of scared about seeing what my results say. I know everything's fine. I know everything's fine. I know everything's fine. It's just, it's always that dread. So, but let's see, what has been going on that's not all appointments and drama. Because that's what it just feels like. It's just like these last few weeks have been just filled like that, and this week is like no better. I'm glad that part of my Monday is now free because I can do this with you guys, but I got like an award ceremony I need to go to. I have physical therapy. I got a dental extraction. I see my rheumatologist. So my whole week is packed. I do not have a free day at all this week. And it's like, oh my goodness. So hopefully I get to go to the library. I was kind of hoping to go to the library, but we couldn't do that last week because I was just too tired. So my blood test. So my blood test, I told you that they took my ESR and my C-reactive. They're basically inflammation markers. So they're still high. They're not as high as they were last time they took them. Still within the same range though. Still, like, it dropped down just a little bit. And my doctor's all like, please talk to your rheumatologist about why this is dropping. It's like, and from what I read, it was like, it's fine if it drops a little bit because your body fluctuates. It's still high. It's still abnormal. So I'm taking it. So it still shows that there's some sort of inflammation in my body. So we'll hopefully we get to have a step figuring out what's going on this Friday. So cross your fingers about that. But back to diamond painting stuff, I guess. We'll go back to that. We started off with diamond painting stuff. We're going to end with diamond painting stuff. So this 26 for 26 challenge, I think I'm still doing pretty well. Let's see, last night I have officially now 9 whips out of 26 going. I worked on Crimson Oracle last night, so that was kind of like sad in a way because it's my Craftily kit. I don't really have rainy day kits, I guess. I mean, like, I guess my Chrysabug collection could count as a rainy day kit, but because I kind of cherish those. I kind of hoard them a little bit, but I kind of just go with whatever the theme, if there's an event going on, and then like whatever I kind of am feeling like. So but I've been like holding on to my Craftly kits because once they're gone. So, and I only had a couple of ones that I really liked, and Crimson Oracle's one of them. So it was kind of bittersweet. It was nice to work on it. It's a round, so I got to have a break from a couple of the squares. I worked on fairy lights. I didn't get the enhancement pack for fairy lights at all. They were out of a certain a sparkler, so I was just like, I'll just work without the enhancement pack instead. So so I got a row of that done. And then like I said, I brought Dragon's Door downstairs, so it is on my table. Basically, my husband's calls my table now my battle station, which I kind of like the sound of. Like, so the pullout, I was kind of hoping to put the pullout. Now, why is it? Okay, we're gonna go with tweezers. Tweezers won't let me down, so so yeah, he calls it my battle station. And I was just like, and I like the sound of that. I was going to put up the table, but I decided I'm just going to keep it out. And it just holds my diamond paintings. The diamond paintings were going to be on the chase part of the couch, but I'm freeing that up. I have a feeling like the table's going to be there for a while. If I have visitors, I can put the diamond paintings on to the chase part of the couch to make room, but otherwise that's their home until I can start whittling down my whips. But my plan is, so that way I can have 26 for 26, is to spin the wheel and until I hit all 26. I can't like kind of go where things want to take me. So like I can't just like quickly finish all these small diamond paintings or anything like that. And I don't know if I really want to, because if I just kind of quickly do all these small ones, then all I have left is the big ones. But at the same time, it does kind of bother me that the small ones are just like kind of like this instead. So it's just like, so but yeah, that's my plan. I did buy the enhancement pack for Deity of the Forgotten. And then also I bought some extra pixie dust drills for my pressed in place for Dream in Pink. Like some of the things I kind of wanted to enhance a little bit, like I said I was going to do. So I am going to do that. So my plan is, if I do spin the wheel on them, I'm going to leave certain areas blank until those drills come in. So depending on it. But if like I think Dream in Pink should be fine for the top part. I really think so for the first row. I don't know about Deity of the Forgotten though. All right, let me turn off the light on this. Okay, that's not looking too bad. I like that. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to call it there. It's going to be a smaller Whip and Chat this week compared to last week, but that's okay. So I'm just going to gather all my stuff so that way I can take it back downstairs so it's easier for me. So there we go. But if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Otherwise, I hope you guys are doing well, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!